congratulations for your selection in the UPSC Civil Services exam this year.
Thank you.
You have gotten All India rank 59 in 2024. That's a great achievement. And I hope you are going to get a service of your choice and most probably a cadre of your choice. So I have seen that you have selected your home cadre to be your home state.
Yes,
so hopefully you get an insider posting over there. So Vidyanshu, tell us your journey. I mean, your journey for civil services preparation, how it all started, and so how you prepared for the civil services in the past few years.
So, sir, my journey was like a roller coaster. In fact, roller coaster was initially down only. So, as it happened, I started preparation. First attempt, I missed by 2 marks. My first attempts. Then next attempt, I was like, chalo, theek hai. It was only 2 marks. This time, I'll definitely clear. So, next time, I missed by 0.67 marks. So, after 2 setbacks, third time, I was like, theek hai. I'm so close to cut off. I'm such a good student. Is baar to pakka ho jayega. Third time, I missed by 1 marks. So this was a phase where I lost all confidence. फिर लगा कि nothing can happen. So in 2022 attempt, finally I made some changes, which we will discuss later in my prelims. So that was first time when I cleared my prelims cutoff, and that year I cleared even forest service cutoff, which is typically 15-20 marks more. So that year I gave both interview. In civil service, I got Danix, and forest service, I missed selection by 8 marks. Then again, next year, 2023, again I appeared. I got 5th rank in forest service. So presently, I'm in Indian Forest Service, Madhya Pradesh cadre. And this was my last attempt. So by God's grace, 59th rank. So IAS.
Oh, that's great. I mean, this rank is very good. But now here, I mean, you are going to get a service of your choice.
Yes.
And most probably your home cadre also. And that's going to be a big achievement. No matter, I mean, even if it comes a bit late, but ultimately you are there. Okay, that what is matters. And a good thing about this thing is that you have been connected with us from last, I think, 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Kind of attended mock interviews with us in 2022 also,
yes,
23 also, 24 also, kind of, I mean, in the past few years. And that has been a good thing. And now, let's say, now you are in a position to kind of guide other candidates who are thinking of, let's say, preparing for civil services preparation, or many candidates are there who kind of think of, let's say, transitioning to civil services. So, and prelims is very near. Today is 24th of April, and on 25th of May, UPSC prelims will be there. So many people who have been preparing UPSC, they are also afraid of prelims because they feel prelims is dicey, and indeed it is dicey because in prelims more rejections happen than selections. So any kind of any suggestion or any kind of ideas that you would like to share with the candidates who want to prepare for kind of civil services, who want to attend prelims exam of this year?
So sir, prelims was one stage which was most difficult part in my journey because I failed 3 prelims in a row. After that, I wrote 4 mains in civil service and forest service put together. I cleared all 4 of them, appeared 4 interviews, 3 times I got selected. So mains and interview was never an issue for me. It was prelims only. So prelims is one stage that scares me even today. That too, even when I have been clearing forest service cutoff, which is typically 15-20 marks more, still I'm afraid of prelims. So prelims is dicey stage. Major reason being that only 1 to 2% candidate will clear prelims. So that becomes very dicey, and 2 to 3 question here and there, and you are out of the list. So it is there. First of all, for those who are appearing for this year's exam, because we have less than 1 month remaining, so I will suggest few things. First of all, you focus on a static part, things like polity, geography. So these things are given for sure. Questions are going to come. So you don't pick up any new source. Pick only those sources that you have read already. Revise them as many times as you can. My notes for history, geography, environment, I might have read them over 100 times so far in my journey. For example, in this thing, environment, I prepared some notes in 2018-19 times. Same notes I revised even during my forest service interview. And now that I am in Indian Forest Service, and I was appearing for the civil service interview, I knew that my interview will be largely based on forest service. Still, I went through those same notes which I had created way back in 2018-19. So the idea is that you limit your sources and you read them again and again. There are no extraordinary brilliant sources that you will do. So that is first thing, limit your sources, do them again and again. Second thing, I will say that don't run after a random current affair compilation or some random thing कि देखो ये coaching से आ गया इसको भी ये पढ़ लो. Don't do that. Limit your sources. Third thing I will do is, if you want to give some test, give few full length tests. 3-4 are more than enough. But more importantly, solve last 10-year papers again and again. Do at least once, or if possible twice. Last 10-year papers are important. What will happen is, first of all, you will understand language of UPSC, what kind of statements are often misleading, what kind of statements are right, where does examiner set a trap, which topics are more important. And at times you will see that 5 to 6 questions will be repeated either directly or in indirect way. So these 5-6 questions will become very critical in you clearing cutoff, because see, if 6 questions are being repeated directly or indirectly, you have potential 12 marks at stakes, and 12 marks are game changer in prelims. So these few things, so your current static book and last few questions and 4-5 marks, and just do current affairs that you have done already. Don't run after new compilation. And on the day of exam, I will suggest that go with a mindset that, okay, you have done your best, but this exam is not something you can control. So go with a free mindset. Don't carry this luggage ki, "Arey kya hoga? I have promised everyone, my family has hope." Don't have such hopes. This exam is not like that. See, 2024 prelims, the one in which I got selected now. Before this exam, I was already selected twice in Danix and Forest Service. Both the years I had cleared forest cutoff. So while entering that day into the exam hall, I was someone who was already recommended twice, who had already for 2 years in a row cleared forest cutoff. Still, I remember very clearly, I told my mother outside कि मम्मी आप बाहर किसी को बताना मत कि मैं selected हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं मेरा prelims निकलेगा कि नहीं. Very honestly, I'm telling you this. So this was my honest admission कि ठीक है, I might have been selected twice, I might have cleared forest cutoff, but हो सकता है इस बार CSE का भी cutoff ना निकले. और एग्जाम के बाद I was honestly scared कि पता नहीं क्या होगा. So this is nature of this exam. So the better you, it is better that you accept it. आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन करो, कूल होकर रिलैक्स होकर एग्जाम हॉल में जाओ, बट डोंट हैव अननेसेसरी एक्सपेक्टेशन. इतना किसी को नहीं पता होता कि क्या होगा नहीं होगा. So that would be my suggestion for those who are appearing in tenders. Sir, now coming to the other part की like prelims की preparation कैसे करें, if you may permit me. So सर बेसिक तो वही सेम बुक है, सेम लक्ष्मीकांत, स्पेक्ट्रम, एनसीईआरटी ज्योग्राफी, वो सब पढ़ते हैं. सोर्सेज डोंट मैटर, ठीक है, आप कहीं से भी पढ़ लो, बट वही लिमिटेड चीजों को बार बार करते रहना है. दैट इज स्टैटिक, उसमें मैं नहीं जाऊंगा, एवरीबडी नोज, ठीक है, वही लक्ष्मीकांत, वही स्पेक्ट्रम करना है. सेकंड थिंग इज वो करके you do newspaper regularly, because that newspaper will actually give you insight of what is happening. That will help you in prelims, that will help you in mains interview as well. So coaching current affair compilation is like a supplement. ठीक है, all very good research thing you get at one place, but don't make it your primary source. Newspaper हमेशा पढ़ो. You are a civil servant, आप बनने की कोशिश करो. Awareness should be there कि क्या हो रहा है. So newspaper is must. उसके बाद आप कंपाइलेशन पढ़ लो, कोचिंग की मैगजीन पढ़ लो, दैट इज गुड, दैट विल हेल्प यू एनीवे. मैं भी सजेस्ट करूंगा, बट फर्स्ट शुड बी योर ओन न्यूज़पेपर. एंड बिसाइड्स दैट आई विल सजेस्ट कि यू राइट एटलीस्ट 30-40 मॉक टेस्ट मिनिमम, especially for those who are appearing for the first or second time, because the more you solve coaching mock tests, the more knowledge you will gain. So मैं क्या करता था कि I would make even notes out of those test series वहाँ, और and then I would revise those notes. तो द वे इट हेल्प मी कि बहुत सारी नई चीजें मुझे सीखने को मिलती थी उसमें से. शुरू के अटेम्प्ट थे, इतनी नॉलेज नहीं थी. हमें लगता है कि हमने लक्ष्मीकांत पढ़ ली, स्पेक्ट्रम पढ़ लिया, अब आ गई पॉलिटी, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री आ गई. बट द मोर यू अपीयर फॉर टेस्ट, द मोर यू विल लर्न कि ठीक है, व्हाट वेयर ऑल गैप्स इन माय नॉलेज, वेयर आई कैन इंप्रूव, और बहुत सीखने को मिलती है. तो यू राइट एज मेनी मॉक टेस्ट एज पॉसिबल. बट वन मिस्टेक दैट आई डिड इन माय पास्ट अटेम्प्ट व्हेन आई वाज फेलिंग prelims, and one change that I made, was that in my past attempt I was giving as many as 80-90 mock tests. Now you can imagine, sir, 80-90 mock tests, and then I was making notes out of those mock tests. So you can imagine how much time I was giving to those things. So it is okay, but what happened was, in my quest to write so many mock tests and giving and making notes out of them, I was missing out on previous year question paper. So from 2022 onwards, I started focusing equally on previous year question paper as well. So minimum last 10 years, if you can do last 15 years, that is even better. So ये करना है कि you solve mock test. So I reduced my mock to 30-40, but then I did a lot of previous year question solving. Also, sir, another change that I made was ancient medieval art and culture is one area where you can expect 5 to 10 questions every year, and this is usually very difficult part. So I told myself that if I prepare this thing and if I can get additional 5-10 questions correct or 5-10 marks, because mera every time I was missing by 1 or 2 marks only. So that was one area that I focused. Another area was mapping, uh, and mapping does not only include geography; it includes environment, international relation, places in news, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, Ramsar site, सब कुछ करना है आपको. So that was one area. Similarly, I did agriculture. So these were a few changes that I made in my strategy from 2022 onwards.
All right. So now one more area is like you have you have been selected, I mean, in the past also. Now this year you have gotten All India rank 59. But there was time that you struggled to qualify prelims and all. So there are few candidates, let's say, who have been preparing for last few years. And now these candidates, I mean, like could not make it through the final list. I mean, many of them appeared in interview, but they did not make it to the final list. So what do you think, how they should strategize their preparation, I mean, like for the upcoming attempt?
Sir, I will share you one learning. So, like I told you previously, that I have given 4 interviews, 2 in civil service and 2 in forest service. I have given 4 interviews and thrice I have been selected. The only time when I did not get selected in interview was 2022 forest service exam. So that year I missed selection by 8 marks. So the day results came, few of my teacher consoled me, "Kare beta, koi baat nahi. We can understand your efforts. You failed, koi baat nahi." So I replied, "Sir, there is nothing to console. You just don't give up. Don't give up. Then either you win or you learn. There is no failure. Either I will win or I will learn." So today was not my victory, but today was my learning day. I have learned today, and tomorrow I will win. So next year again, my score in my optional was less in that year's exam. Next year I prepared my optional and I got 5th rank. That was my mindset, that I have not lost. Either we win or we learn. Today was my learning experience. Actually, in forest service we have 2 optionals, and both have to be science optional. Here it was my anthropology, so there I had to take 2 new optionals: agri engineering and forestry. So that year I could not prepare my optional very well. I missed by 8 marks. Next year I prepared my optional properly. I got 5th rank. So this thing is there, that don't give up. Don't give up. My mother tells me one thing, कि जब ओखल में सर दिया तो मूसल से क्या डरना. यू नो, ओखली के अंदर जो कूटने का ही काम है. आपको पता है आपने किस एग्जाम से पंगा लिया है. ऐसा ही एग्जाम, स्कूल का तो एग्जाम है नहीं, तो फिर डरना क्यों इस चीज से. You try to find out those areas where you are weak and then you work upon it. डरना नहीं है. Abhi just like last 1 hour ago, UPSC released marks of recommended candidates. So I still don't have my subject wise marks, but I have this my total marks. So 2022, when I got into Danix, that year my mains score was 769. I worked upon it. This year my mains score is 802. That year my interview score was 184. This year it is 193. So I had what I had and I built upon it. मेरे वही पुराने नोट्स थे, मैंने उसको फिर से रिवाइज किया, थोड़ा सा और करंट अफेयर एनहांस किया. लास्ट टाइम नोट्स ही पढ़ता रह गया, तो इस बार थोड़े से और टेस्ट दिए. सो थिंग इज, बातें वही, आपको वही किताबें पढ़नी है, वही पीवाईक्यू करना है, वही टेस्ट सीरीज देना है, बट डोंट गिव अप, कीप फाइटिंग. तो यही मैं मैसेज दे सकता हूँ.
And you have attempted, let's say, attended the interview guidance program in our institute, and you have been part of mock interviews, right?
Yes, sir.
In the last 3 years, I guess. So, like, how do you think that our mock interview program or interview guidance program have been helpful? I mean, like, do you see that, like, we are able to provide the guidance that is needed for civil services? So what would be your kind of, feedback? Now you qualified, so it's a good thing.
Yes, sir. Sir, पहले तो, like, to the viewers, I will give them context regarding Lukman. You and I know this story. So because I am in forest service, हमें यहाँ छुट्टी नहीं मिलती है, बहुत मुश्किल से मिलती है छुट्टी. You will remember, sir, I came in January for mock interview. So
yes,
January was the first time when I got 2 days of leaves, और मैं overnight journey करके आपके यहाँ आया था. और आपको याद होगा, मैं आया, मैंने सबसे पहले बोला कि सर वो सरदर्द की एक गोली मंगवा दीजिए, क्योंकि पूरी रात
right, yes,
आया हूँ. So और सबसे पहले मैं आपके यहाँ ही आया था कि मेरे को एक मॉक तो यहाँ देना है. और माई एक्सपीरियंस वाज दैट इट वाज टफेस्ट मॉक दैट आई फेस्ड. वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. सो क्या हुआ कि वो क्वेश्चन फेस करने के बाद आई गॉट कॉन्फिडेंस कि अगर मैं इसको फेस कर सकता हूँ, देन आई कैन फेस एनी मॉक इंटरव्यू. सर ग्रिल्ड मी वेरी हार्ड कि व्हाई दिस कार्डर, व्हाई दिस सर्विस, आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विथ योर रिस्पॉन्स। तो उसने फिर मेरे को बहुत सोचने पे मजबूर किया कि मैं अपने आंसर को कैसे परफेक्ट करूं। ऑलमोस्ट वो इंटरव्यू 1 घंटे चली थी और 1 घंटे फीडबैक चला था। सो दैट वाज वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इंटरव्यू, वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव फीडबैक। मतलब जो मेरे डाइफ के वीकेस्ट एरियाज हो सकते थे, सर ने उसको फिगर आउट किया था वहां पे। सो मेरे लिए वो बहुत फ्रूटफुल जर्नी थी कि मैं ओवरनाइट ट्रैवल करके आया, अपना फर्स्ट मॉक दिया, और उसके बाद से फिर मैंने उस पर इनकैश किया कि ठीक है, ये मेरे टफेस्ट एरियाज है जहाँ पे मैं ढंग से आंसर नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, तो उसको मुझे इम्प्रूव करना है। और फिर सर 193 आ गए, उसी ने सिलेक्शन करवा दिया आईएएस में। सो आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू लुकमान।
Okay, all right.